A very good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you might be watching this. This is Beyond the Church Walls podcast, and it's always a joy and a blessing to have you tune in at this particular podcast. It is the month of May. Actually, it is the very first day of May 2026, and 5, as they say, is the number of grace. And so tunaomba neema ikakuja katika jina la Yesu Kristo. Kinyanjui Maria is my name, and of course, I don't get to do this podcast alone. I get to do it alongside the one and only
Mrs. Kamau.
Very nice. And I know you guys missed us in the month of April. We are back like we never left. But most importantly, I hope you've been keeping up with our conversations right from the wider CITAM Church Online, narrowing down to Beyond Church Walls podcast. And today, it is a holiday. And we are celebrating us as, podcasters.
That's what's up.
Other workers.
Our hard labor of talking. But first, can we celebrate this set? But yeah, we have to, where are we? Is this paradise?
Do we give people a chance to guess, but also get to bring it home?
I love this title. By the way, if you the je ne sais quoi, it's even making Maria talk with her presenter voice. She's giving good evening, good morning, the ambience. But it is Labor Day. I don't know what you've been doing your whole day. Of course, this is just as you wind down the day. And wherever it is you are in the world, in Kenya, we are celebrating Labor Day. What does that mean for you?
I think, first of all, just being off from work. Because most importantly, we get to celebrate that tumepewa off kaleo, alafu ni weekend.
Come on.
Na ndo tunaingia hivi, alafu it's a long weekend. But sometimes wanasema, yeah, it's a long weekend with money. Very nice. So today we just take a pause and just get to celebrate people who are working. Whether it's, by the way, kama we ni hustler, kama we ni white collar, blue collar, whichever collar it is.
Collarless.
We celebrate them. But sometimes I was just thinking about it, and I was thinking there are many of us who've tried looking for work. And looking for work is work as well.
Let's celebrate you, by the way. Kazi ya kutafuta kazi.
Ni kazi.
I like how you are able to translate it to English. I really respect that, because I'm looking for work. As you speak about that, today is also an essential day to think about the various things you'd love to see in your workspaces, changing or growing or evolving, especially with technology and using AI and using, so many things that God has given in our hands to use, advocating for rights in terms of no working on your period. Day 1 of your period, you're off. So you share your my calendar with your HR. Why are you clapping?
Because I want it to be implemented in our policies at work.
Yeah.
And for men, they don't even have,
That's what I was actually asking my husband recently. I'm like, what? Why? Then, of course, you went into the whole spiral of, now you can give birth and, I'm like, don't massage me, bro.
Yeah.
You guys have no problems.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they have many problems. Take care of the family. But about Labor Day, Maria, what are some of the things, and you've been in a professional setting, you've been in a more artistic setting, you also lead in a Christian setting.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that have challenged you and you thought, if I could have 1 minute with the founder of this place, ningemwambia maneno mawili matatu. And as she's saying that, comment below, what are yours as well?
The beauty of the spaces that I've been to, I have worked in, we've always had town halls before the Labor Day.
Love it.
So now you get to air your views, just get to say the pros and cons. You just get to say what has worked for you and what hasn't.
What they implemented.
Gradually, that process of we are trying, resources ndo imetukataa, alafu kitu kama hiyo. But in most organizations, you almost out of 10, 1 of those things are actually implemented. 9 of them, it's almost like policies inasema. But I think this is the very day that we get to listen to people who have put in the work. People who, because there was someone who was saying, if you are a founder or a vision bearer, you almost just give out your vision, but there are people who work towards making that vision become a reality. And so just ensuring that people are getting to work on time and leaving work at the exact time that they ought to leave work. If it's an 8 to 5 job, 4:59, enda tu uchukue kikombe upeleke kitchen, uende ukiendaga nyumbani. It's not of Nah.
Oh, wow.
Of course, there are people who are employed to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost feel like ati unajua tu kuja mapema sana ndio wanakwaga hard workers. You know that thing that they always impose on you. Ati ukitoka late sana na giza umefanya kazi vizuri sana. No. I think on this very day we need to understand that there are working hours. You get to balance other than just working in the office. You also have work at home. I hear they say marriage is work. Yeah, you go
No,
home
not
and
that
work.
kind of work. It's not physical
Okay,
labor.
okay.
Marriage is work when you have to control your emotions and those other things.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's work in itself.
Yeah. Those are tasks, eh?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
do I
you-
school you a bit? No, this is not about marriage. I have a sense every time we have this conversation, somebody's like, oh, ni kazi. And you think it's because mimi ndio na mop
Yeah.
floor, na mimi ndio napika. No.
But I think today is more of just emphasizing on you get to operate in the times that you have been allowed to operate.
Right.
So if it's 8 to 5, get to
Right.
work at 7:59 and at 8 you're at your desk. They say you can always be on time in time.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it gets time to leave the office. Go home, work on if you're staying alone, like some of us, you go, just have your time, enjoy your house and all that
We
put
leave
together.
our laptop and work at work. Then we come back
You
and start the
ought
next day.
to. You ought to.
Okay.
And that's the other side of work. There are other people who mjengo ameingia asubuhi, beba mawe, fanya nini. Today is just that day to just say, we see the work that you put in. We see the challenges that you go through. I remember there was a time, there was a building that was being jengwada po around Koja. And someone just fell from the upper floor. I think it was what floor, sijui ni 5th floor or 6th floor. Alikuwa anajenga, alikuwa fundi. And he died. Okay. Those are the challenges you're talking about. That in the spaces of work that you can be even going to work asubuhi, upate to accident. Something, ukwe msik, ufanye nini. Those are the challenges that you're seeing. They come in with work. But then again, we get to tap you at the back and just say, you've really done well. Today is that day to say, take a rest, take a pause, just get to see the work that you get to put into and then get to just celebrate yourself.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it to engage with us and to hear what you celebrate today, particularly on Labor Day. Ama, as Maria was saying at the beginning, it's just a chance kukaa nyumbani. So why don't you leave a comment and say, today I'm celebrating the fact that I can give something into this economy, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, Maria.
Yeah.
Maria, I'm struggling. God help me. I don't know what it is. At some point is when I realized that I don't know how many years I might have to work to ever get the financial, like if it's work that will get me there, if God just doesn't decide to kasirika and bless me, I don't know how much work it is I can put in to actually get into the place to get the things that I see people have, a small home with a compound kanyasi, imagine nyasi.
Wow.
Imagine uko na nyasi yako ndio hiyo. Watu uko na nyasi. Hebu comment, like will you do, what are some of these things that we can actually do?
Yeah.
And I'd love to hear what everyone else is celebrating because Labor Day. When I think about Labor Day, there's a scripture that's come to my mind and it's laboring in the Lord. It's 1 Corinthians 15:58 that says, stand firm. It says, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. And it says, always give yourself fully to the work of the Lord because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. And so for all the laborers who are laboring in the vineyard, this one is for you. And even if you're in corporate and the workspaces, I want to recognize you that you're also laboring for Jesus with how you show up, as Maria said, how you show that work-life balance, how you are excellent as you work. And happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day, by the way. I think as we get to conclude, I would say this. Some callings also come as work.
Explain.
Yeah. Because like what I get to do on TV.
Right.
I mean, at first I thought it's just standing in front of a camera and getting to work because I am paid at the end of the day. But then along the way, you get to find your calling in it. And then you realize it's not just work. It is a calling. You get to preach, you get to speak, you get to encourage, you get to give hope. And I think along those parts that you get to work, you never know what God is calling you into. So I think you also need to put your head into that space that we are in. Even today as we take a pause and just, rest and think about our work, I think when you think about it, just have the fulfillment to know that it's not just by in vain that you're in that company,
Right.
that it's not just in vain that you're in that space sector. I think you can get something out of it and you can birth something out of it. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. It would be so sad if you live your life. And you know, I've gone through a couple of transitions with my work, and I always look back and I'm like, was I everything God wanted me to be while in that space? Because sometimes we think things will last forever and we're entitled for tomorrow and that we're going to be there, that we're going to continue to do that. But transitions happen and seasons end and others begin. And were you faithful? Were you present? Did you get the most out of it? Did you give the most out of yourself? And God is calling us consistently to work as unto Him, not unto man. And so He's saying, come and show up as unto me and not unto man. And I pray that you'll be faithful. I think that will be the thing that will call you out on. Be faithful with what you have right now. And God is faithful because He rewards those who are faithful. And so then you get to see, oh, yeah, I'm leveling up. And so you'll be creating your own spaces. I mean, that's what's up.
Yeah. The Bible says, God atatuambia, very well done, good and faithful servant.
Right.
Yeah. Like, there has to be the word faithful. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do that.
do this.
As you start this new month, show up better. Yeah. I think that's a good place to close.
Very nice. Thank you for keeping us company for this particular conversation. I hope you have learned a thing or two, but most importantly, get to follow, share, like, and subscribe to this particular YouTube channel. Usione tu, usitizame tu hivyo jamani. Get to even leave a comment and get to share your experience even in your workspaces. But most importantly, just get to take a pause and celebrate yourself. This has been a beautiful conversation with Carrie and myself. And of course, get to see you in the next episode. Don't go away. Bye-bye.